Why are so many people overwhelmed with clutter? Disorganization is causing shame, suffering, friendships, time, money. People just like you wondering where and how to create an organized lifestyle. This podcast offers expert tips and solutions for your clutter obstacles. My name is Rachel Seavey, and this is the Hoardganize podcast. Hey, collectors! Welcome to the Hoardganize podcast. I'm so glad to be back. This is kind of a new setup. If you're watching this on video, hopefully it sounds okay on audio. If not, please let me know. But I had to get with it as far as technology goes and got a new computer, and the camera was in the wrong place and the software was weird. So I was off for a couple weeks and then I got snowed in. And if you're a member of our Facebook group, or if you're at least following the page, you can always get updates on the podcast just by liking us on Facebook and seeing what I'm up to. And, you know, if there's some lame excuse on why I couldn't get the podcast out. But anyway, today is all about use it or lose it. And this is what I'm going to just go ahead with for February, for our February challenge. I'm not planning on doing a challenge every month, but this is kind of fun. So I'll describe just what I'm wearing, because I know some of you aren't watching this on YouTube and you're listening this on your way to work or whatever. So I have on a baseball hat that I have worn only once and it's black and it says 10X on it. And it's a little bit nostalgic. I do like baseball hats, especially like if there's a lot of cobwebs around on a job, or if I'm out and I want to cover my face. I mean, a lot of the times I do use hats at work. This hat I haven't though. I got this hat about a year and a half ago, and it was right before, everything started happening with the pandemic. And I had gone to, surprise, some sort of self-help conference. And there's this motivational speaker and his wife, Grant and Elena Cardone, and they are very flamboyant, but they're super like energetic and whatever. Anyway, so Grant throws this hat right here into the audience, and I was kind of in the front row, so I caught it and wore it the whole time he was speaking and stuff. But I was actually there to see Tony Robbins, no surprise, right? So I wanted to put back on my other hat. So this basically only has been worn for about an hour. And I brought it home because it was good memories, right, from this conference, because I really enjoyed myself. There are a lot of entrepreneurs, there are a lot of women in business. It was just a whole mix of people there that I really liked and wanted to hear from. So it was a good experience. So, this hat right here has really good mojo or whatever vibes to it. And would I wear this? So this is use it or lose it. So you'll also notice I kind of have like 4 bracelets on. I've got a necklace on that I don't wear. I have this cute little t-shirt from Fashion Nova that says equality on it, because, here in the Bay Area, you can't ever have any more equality. And so I'm wearing stuff that I like, that I wanted to keep when I did a first pass, but I'm not using it. So that's what this challenge about, that's what this podcast is about, February, all across Facebook, about use it or lose it. So you've got the items that you've decided to keep, right? And I'm going totally off script here, by the way. I haven't even looked at my Word document, so I apologize if it's not as organized as usual. But you've got the stuff that you've said, okay, I keep, Grant Cardone hat for whatever reason. Keep these bangle bracelets, this watch, this shirt, actually these leggings, and I have on some high heels, and I have some other stuff here that I need to use or lose, like this. I'm squeezing now an avocado stress ball that my son got for me in Calistoga, I think. Super cute, love avocados. It collects like dust and pet hair and stuff. And so then I have to wash it. And if I bring it in the car, same kind of thing. It's not really, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I guess I could make it It's just a green avocado, like split in half, and it's a stress ball. It's no big deal, but it's been sitting here on my desk collecting dust because honestly, I'm not that stressed where I need an avocado stress ball in reach. And if it were tucked away in any of these drawers here, I probably wouldn't use it. So use it or lose it. I think that might actually go straight to the donate pile after this podcast. But as you know how kids are, I need to run it past Shane. So kids like to hang on to stuff, people. Like this avocado stress ball, if he keeps it, like he better freaking use it like every day, like all day. Anyway, so I want to get rid of that avocado stress ball. This Grant Cardone hat, though, I can't really see myself too well right now. I hope it doesn't look too silly. I know it causes like under eye circles, but it's a black hat. It's not too bad. I saw myself before I started the podcast in good light, and I think I'm just going to use it and keep it. I think I've decided. I was so on the fence about this thing, and it's like, well, you haven't used it. So I'm going to use it for this podcast, and then I'm going to put it in my car because if you're following on Facebook, I got rid of a hat that I was going to like garden in or whatever that was in the back of my car. So this is going to be my new hat that lives in the car. Use it or lose it. I'm wearing like I said, a black shirt. It's a little bit tight. I think it got small after I washed it, and it says equality in rainbow colors. And I remember, I mean, it's no surprise that I'm busty. But I guess you can't tell that if you're listening, right? So I'm a little bit busty. And I remember my business coach telling me, don't ever wear anything with words across because it just draws attention. And I just love this shirt. I mean, we do a lot of like gay pride and stuff out here. And, I go to Hollywood or West Hollywood every now and then. So I thought, okay, this is like my perfect pride shirt, right? But with coronavirus going on and with the fact that this kind of shrunk a little bit since I last, or I'm going to use that as an excuse. I don't know. I'm going to use it for this episode. It is a little croppy, which, at 40 and after having kids, you're not really into, but we'll see. So I'm on the fence, but I'm using it and I'm seeing if I like it or not. And that's what I really wanted this podcast and this month to be about. Sure, it's okay to keep things, but are you using them? Or are you just keeping them and then still kind of hoarding them or saving them for the best time or for whatever, for later, for in case? So it's really time to kick it up a notch and start using the stuff that you keep. And as you find you're going through things and actually using them, you'll find that maybe you don't really like these items as much as you thought you did when you looked at them when they were on the hanger, for instance. So I'm really big on, okay, you kept all this clothing, let's try it on and make sure it looks okay, because you really want to make sure that you're using the stuff that you keep. Otherwise, this is a little bit pointless. I mean, I know there's stuff like sentimental stuff. I'm not talking about sentimental belongings or heirlooms. I'm talking about just regular everyday stuff, your closet, your bathroom, your cosmetics, your down to your shampoo, everything. Use it or lose it. So I'm going on script now. Once you've committed to using this article of clothing or whatever it is, stress ball, bangles, wear it for the day or wear it and see, is it really you? Does it fit well? Does it feel well? Does it travel well? After a while, I don't like hearing this. I'll try and do it over the microphone, but I'm wearing 4 bangles. And after a full day of wearing bangles, you kind of feel like a cat with a bell on. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. And it was kind of something I was into maybe 10 years ago. So I brought them out. They're actually really nice. Some of them mean a lot to me. This one I can't get rid of because Shane gave it to me, but I never wear it because I don't want to ruin it. So I'm wearing it right now. I just can't stop with encouraging everyone to try on your pants, try on your undergarments, your underwear, your bra, your boxers, your pajamas. I mean, these are things that you think you want to keep. So try them on, wear them around, use them. If you've got a lot of china, or crystal. I know if you've worked with me, you're probably rolling your eyes. Use it. I mean, if it's just in your cupboards all the time, then you're kind of hoarding it. I mean, enjoy it. Today is a perfect day to enjoy things like this bracelet that I'm wearing. My son gave me, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So I'm not enjoying it with it being in my closet. So today I am enjoying it. But even after wearing these bangles for, I don't know how long it's been. I've been kind of ranting today. I don't like this. They're kind of heavy, and so I'm thinking the only one I'll keep out of these 4 are the one that Shane gave to me, And I'm going to make a point of actually wearing it because otherwise it's just in my jewelry organizer. And that's kind of silly, right? So I just share a quick story. I know you guys like client stories here. I have a client that I've worked on for a long time, and we're still working on clutter together. But she's got a ton of jewelry. I mean, a ton. I've never seen so much jewelry in my life. I mean, there are drawers and drawers and drawers and jewelry organizers and everything full of jewelry. I mean, earrings, necklaces, watches, bracelets. I mean, she's got to have hundreds of each category. And I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, obviously, I work with people that like to acquire. And there's no judgment because she's got amazing taste. Just side note, super amazing taste. So the stuff is super cute. I get it. But we went through and organized it, and it looks great, and certain things are together, and she kept 99% of it. But it wasn't until, and I had worked with her for years on this, she wore it and experienced it, that she was able to see that some of it she didn't really like. For instance, she had earrings that she loved for a long time, but now they were too heavy. She's in her 70s now. And bangles, same kind of thing. So she was kind of inspiring me with that. Lots of bracelets, but again, they get kind of heavy and they're noisy if you have more than one. And what else was it? There were rings that didn't even fit her fingers anymore because she had arthritis. So I would tell her, next time I see you, I hope you have 5 necklaces on and all your fingers have rings on them. You've got 4 watches on each wrist because you're not enjoying your stuff. So every time I see you, you have to promise that you're going to be wearing earrings. And, I always make a big deal like, okay, well, I hope you've got all your good stuff on because I'm coming over. And just kind of making a point, like, you've got beautiful things, but you're not using them. Like every time I would see her, she would probably have no jewelry on or the same exact pieces on. And I'm like, but you've got all of this jewelry, so wear it, girlfriend. So it wasn't until she started wearing it and some of the watches didn't work anymore and they were more of a hassle to get repaired or new batteries in them. It wasn't until she actually wore the stuff that she kept that she realized that it just was no longer her style, that it no longer worked. It was too heavy. It was, there were all sorts of different issues. And she was able to put a lot to the side that she wanted to give away. And with jewelry, it's hard. I know you don't want to give it to the Goodwill. So here in Northern California, we have the American Cancer Society, and they're more like of a boutique kind of a shop, and they do a jewelry sale every year. I think it might be virtual this year. I don't know, but normally they have a jewelry sale, and that's where I like to take my jewelry because I actually lost my dad to cancer, and so it means a lot to me. But then I also know that it's going to go to like a jewelry sale, and it's going to raise money for the American Cancer Society. So we were able to probably 30% of the jewelry was donated once it was worn. I've worked with clients that they've got all this clothes and fast fashion, and I say, okay, it's cute. Yeah, it's, brand new with tags on it. I hear that a lot, but it isn't really until you wear it or you use it to see if you really like it or not. And you have to not just like try it on, but like wear it for the whole day. For instance, I found myself going through my closet again, and some of my jeans, like one of them, the button after a while just opens up, and like you never know if you're going to be exposed or not. And so donate, things like that. But it wasn't until I wore them all day, the day before yesterday, I was like, oh, heck no, I don't want to be going out and all of a sudden my button pops open. So I put them in the donate pile. Maybe someone will fix them or they won't burst them open like I did. But I mean, just looking them on the hanger, I totally wanted them. Super cute, brand that I like, normally fit well. It's just that button. But it wasn't until I really put it on that I decided I didn't like it anymore. So your challenge is to go through the stuff that you said you wanted to keep, especially the stuff that you haven't worn in a while, and wear it. Like right now, for those that aren't watching on YouTube, I'm going to look at myself because I don't have it on. I am wearing like this. Oh my gosh, it's got stars. It's got fur on it. I'm not even kidding. I mean, I could totally roll it. I'm wearing this like sun hat, you know, it's kind of, see, now that I'm wearing it in this high definition, I have a sun hat on right now, and you could totally see this is so embarrassing. I haven't worn it in so long that there's like some dust and fur on it. So I would totally have to get it. But I mean, I don't like this hat. And I don't really have another sun hat. I mean, I guess I could wear a baseball hat, but yeah, so I'm going to take this hat off right now and I'm going to put it into the donate pile, because part of this episode, if you're watching and if you're listening, is for me to go through my own belongings that I haven't worn in a while and actually wear them and see if I like them. So here is a coveted item that I'm pulling out now for Use It or Lose It. And this is how I will be participating on the Facebook page and on the next, few February podcasts. I will be wearing stuff that I don't normally wear. This is a super coveted item. Okay. Expensive shoes. They're Christian Louboutin. I'm holding them up. They are still in the bag, still in the box, very slightly worn. They were a gift. They're a gift from my sister. Nice gift, right? Look, still, I mean, this is like guilty. See, I've worn them a couple times because they were brand new when she gave them to me. Okay. And I know with COVID going on, so these are like, again, like my equality shirt, like my West Hollywood, and I don't go anywhere now. So I'm going to put these back. Actually, I'm going to put these shoes on and I'm going to wear them throughout the podcast because, I mean, there's nowhere to go. And so I might as well be wearing my Christian Louboutins during a worldwide pandemic inside of my office. Here we go. So your challenge this week, my dear collectors, is to find items that you think you want to keep, that you think you love right away, and wear them, use them, honor them, enjoy them. Make sure that they still fit. Make sure that they're still relevant to who you are as an individual right now. And just be totally honest, because I think when people look at hangers or they just look at their closet at a glance, they're like, okay, keeping. If it has tags on it, for sure, you're keeping, right? But it's not really like, does it look good? Is it my style? It could be like you're saving it because you spent money on it. And that money's already gone. So either use it or lose it, because there are a lot of people out there that can benefit from the items that you're not using. It feels really good to give. And it's kind of fun to put on a fashion show for no one. I mean, I am encouraging you to grab some bracelets, I have this necklace on. That's another thing I'm wearing that I never wear. It's a little bit close to my neck and it's Rachel Hollis inspired. And she's a life coach and motivational speaker. And it's kind of like kind of a girl thing. And she wouldn't like that I said that, but it says not sorry, because she's the author of a book called Girl Stop Apologizing that I liked at one point and decided I would get this necklace. Do I like it? I actually kind of do. I don't know if I could wear it every single day because it's not really professional to wear a necklace that says not sorry. I don't know. You can drop a comment, let me know. But I'm wearing it and it meant something to me at some time and I still like it. And so I think I'm going to keep it. But take some time to go through your jewelry. And this could be anything like your dishes. You know, if you've got, for instance, I've got this soda stream machine that I've been eyeballing to donate because it's, you know, use it or lose it. I think that it's just been sitting in my closet. And honestly, I saved it because my sister gave it to me. And I do like sparkling water, but it's kind of a pain to refill those cartridges and it's kind of a lot of water. I don't know. So there's something I just wasn't feeling about the soda stream. Sorry if you love it out there. I thought it was a great idea, but I haven't used it. So I'm going to be using it or losing it this next week. Some other suggestions for use it or lose it: makeup. You know, I haven't ever worn this lipstick. I think it looks great. So I'm going to use it and put it in my purse and not just have it in my makeup bag because I don't bring my makeup bag with me all the time. With the job I have, I don't usually wear that much makeup. And use it or lose it. I'm going to use it. So it's not really even about getting rid of stuff so much as it is about appreciating what you have, using what you have, not saving it for the perfect time or for the perfect place or the perfect day, because today is the perfect day to wear your jewelry. Today is the perfect day to put on makeup. Today is the perfect day to wear a shirt that might not even fit so well anymore so that you can decide if that is still you and that's the way that you want to present yourself to the world. Because when we wear things that we're not confident in and we're uncomfortable in, or that are too tight or too baggy, we're not exuding that kind of confidence that we're going to get back from the world. That's my personal and professional opinion. You always want to wear things that are comfortable, that you find flattering, that if you catch yourself, you know, in a glimpse of a mirror, you're not completely horrified. Life is too short. And I know a lot of you wear the same things over and over, you know, and it's okay. COVID, pandemic. Yes, I get it. There's really nowhere to go, especially here in California. I mean, it's been crazy here, lockdown, and there's nowhere to go, but that doesn't mean that you can't show up. I mean, a lot of us have Zoom meetings, etc. So, you know, put on your best stuff for no reason. And I'm encouraging you to do that on the Facebook group, or just post a picture of yourself wearing a bunch of fancy things, or just post a picture of the stuff that you actually used. What did you use today? For instance, I even brought my 49er mug that I really don't use that much. It's kind of a small mug and it doesn't keep things really that hot. You know, like I just took a sip of my coffee. Do I love the 49ers? Yeah, sure. Do I really need a mug that isn't serving its purpose that I'm not using? So it's those kind of tough decisions that really can hold you back. It's about using items and thinking, you know, are they functional? Or maybe somebody else would love this mug and use it every single day. And here it is just in my cupboard getting used, you know, twice a year. So it's those kind of decisions that I'm encouraging you to make. It's all about being confident with what you own and what you have, being able to find it, being able to put it back because it has a home, using it, appreciating it, being thankful for it, and not just saving it for some other reason. So I encourage you to definitely start using or losing whatever it is. It could be small things like sauces, condiments, spices. I mean, how many of us have a bunch of spices in our kitchen cupboards and we're not using them? You know, have you ever made curry? Like a lot of us will have these random spices for one recipe that they made 3 years ago. and the spices were expensive, so you don't want to let it go. So use it. Use it. Today is this week, this month. Today is the day that you're using your spices. You know, if you got a whole collection of sauces, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, dipping sauce, whatever it is, use it or lose it. Otherwise, it's just taking up space, and space is something that's really precious to us, and it's something that we're trying to appreciate and conserve and not just fill up with things that we don't like. I have really enjoyed being off the script for the most part this podcast. I am working on a lot. I know I've been threatening that, but I literally have really been working on a lot of stuff with the podcast for the YouTube, with the intro and outros. I've got this new software that I had to take a bunch of tutorials on, but now I've learned it so that I can actually publish this thing and put it out there. So I'm really excited about what this year has to offer to us here at the Hoardganize podcast. And I'm super excited. I think at this point we have 41 members in our private group, and people are sharing stuff and encouraging each other and motivating each other and inspiring each other. And it's just really been fun to check in and see what everybody's going on with. And we are giving advice to each other. I'm posting things. So if you want to see the kinds of things that I'm having a hard time getting rid of, that's definitely going on the private Facebook page, but not on the public one, because, you know, my life has to be a little bit private, right? So if you haven't joined, please join. It's a very supportive group. I look forward to seeing you all online. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Oh my gosh, I'm like somewhere between 3 and 5 subscribers away from 1,000, which isn't much, but it'll actually help me with like monetizing and stuff. So if you have a YouTube account and you're not subscribed, I am begging you today, please subscribe. It's under Rachel Seavey, I believe, youtube.com/Rachel Seavey, and just subscribe, please, because it'll really allow us to do some cool things on YouTube. I get to use more tools once I have 1,000 subscribers. And I know it's super small potatoes. I mean, my son watches people that have got millions and millions of subscribers. So it's just important to me that our podcast keeps going, and the more tools and availability and exposure that I have, the better. So thank you so much for listening. And if you're listening on an audio device, feel free to drop a review. iTunes offers reviews. I mean, a nice 5-star review. If it's anything less, don't worry about it. But if you want to drop a nice review on iTunes, I'd be most appreciated. I would love to get some feedback about anything that you want to talk about. So you can always email me at hoardganize@gmail.com. See, we're getting there, collectors. We are getting and growing bigger together. I love it. And don't forget, happiness is a place between too little and too much. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Hoardganize podcast. Please make sure you're subscribed and join our Hoardganize podcast Facebook page and get additional tips and challenges.